Yes, this is me, Hudson George, this evening. I'm doing a live, man. My topic is this evening is it is hard to differentiate political comrades from right honorable politicians. The right honorable politicians are the one elected by people, by voters, to serve in parliament. And some of them are selected by the ruling party to serve as ministers sometimes. The opposition, elected opposition leader could select some senators too, as well as the ruling party. Right? And elected members of parliament, we call them right honorable people, especially those with portfolios. Right? Now in Grenada, it's hard to differentiate based on our political history. And if all those Grenadians who died during the struggle between the Jewel movement and Gary Gold movement, or during the NJM movement, or during the PRG, if they come back from the grave, they will be surprised. Now, the reason why I say there are people involved in politics in Grenada who are on the comradeship bandwagon. They didn't respect honorable members of parliament who were elected by the people. Now revolution come and they become the comrades. Then things fall apart. Some of them end up in political purgatory, political limbo. Some of them end up in political hell, eternally political hell. They can't come back. But those who move from limbo to purgatory and they taste a little political heaven, it seems like if they're addicted to politics or they junk on politics. And the junkness on politics make them just talk a lot of tautology, nonsense. They junk on politics like how drug addicts junk high on substance abuse. Whether it's mushroom or mushroom, marijuana, cocaine, opium, fentanyl. What kind of hard drugs or recreation drugs? So former comrades now don't want to be politically irrelevant. And with that, they just talk nonsense. Now, you can be a comrade in politics once and now asking for death penalty. During your struggle to be a comrade, some of you guys committed crime too. Right? So we have young people today breaking the law, deviant people. They're doing stupidness, yes. But persons who were comrade before, they did their own stupidness in their own way too. They wanted to get rid of colonialism. Then when revolution fell, they end up in political purgatory, political limbo. Then they're lucky they taste a political heaven for a little time. They still want to be comrade and they want to be honorable men, or honorable persons in society. So they're talking on two sides of the mouth. Now we don't say Donald Trump is President Donald Trump doing crazy things. Because America is a big power, Donald Trump could say anything because he country big. But when you're in little Grenada and you're just saying things crazy, you know, so you're behaving like you're in the revolution and you want to give people heavy manners. But you're not looking at we under Westminster system of government. So it's either you're honorable or you're a comrade. You can't be Filipino one and the other. So it's hard to differentiate comrades from honorable men and women in parliament. Because honorable ministers in government respect the constitution of the, supposed to respect the constitution of the country, the law. Right? So you can want your wants and needs in a democracy. You got to go by law and order. All those lawyers in Grenada, they don't have a Grenadian law degree. Grenada don't have a law society. Grenada have a bar association for lawyers. These lawyers went to the British schools to practice British law. Because if somebody study law in Canada and they want to come to Grenada and they didn't do the British kind of law, they have to do a little crash course to get into the Commonwealth, the law we have in the Caribbean, even though Canada is a Commonwealth country. But Canada have a constitution that is different, kind of different from Grenada, where Pierre Trudeau create the constitution and create a charter of rights and freedom. But Canada is not a republic. It's a confederation of state country. Right? So when some persons who opportunistically become members of parliament, after they play, they were big revolutionaries, and they don't like the British, and they don't like this, and they don't like that. But all the time they were like fox and grapes. So they like what they hate. So now they want to become ready. Bring back the death penalty. Why is the same people who are defending people who claim to be revolutionary and suspend the British Constitution? So it's either you want to be one way or the other. Now, when we look at most crime in third world countries or black countries like Grenada is ignorance, slavery, lack of opportunity, low self-esteem, so many different things, self-hate. Because a lot of black people hate themselves. Black on black violence could stem from the legacy of racism, legacy of colonialism, slavery. You come to hate yourself. Because if you look at it in the Caribbean, when you look at crime in the Caribbean, it's more dark-skinned people killing dark-skinned people. They're not killing light-skinned people and other race of people. They're killing their own people. And when they want to bully you, the same black person want to bully an ex-black person. Whether it's a man or a woman who is the bully. They're telling the other black person how they look. So it shows that colonialism make them hate themselves, and Christianity too. So they don't like themselves. So they will run down their own black person, how you look, how you this, how you that. And also, we're very disrespectful to each other. So I will still say Grenada are one of the lowest crime in the Caribbean. But some crimes committed in Grenada, if it's murder, some of the crimes are committed by people disrespecting one another. Because if you go about you disrespecting people every day in Grenada, you want to bully people, you want to bully people, you want to disrespect people. They say every pigger is Saturday and 99 days for the thief, but 1 day for the police. Every pigger about Saturday. 1 day the pig going to face the butcher. So the butcher will slaughter the pig and sell the meat. So if every day you thieving, 1 day the police go catch you. So you go about as a bully, bullying people every day. I'm not saying all victims of violence are bullying, because it could be the other way. A victim of violence could be bullied too. But a lot of victims sometimes were bullies, bullying people, and then the people they bully, they didn't expect will react, and they become the victim. It could be fatal too. So it go both ways. All stem from lack of respect. So when I bring back death penalty and educated people too, they know better. They're just saying that no Caribbean country cannot execute nobody. We don't need no long intellectual discourse on that, an argument. Our lawyers are trained under British law. Grenada High Court is the Privy Council. They can't harm nobody in Grenada or no other Caribbean head. Caribbean countries could set up death squad and maybe kill people. Yeah. Give the police extra power to kill criminals. They could do that. Because some years ago, it was said St. Lucia had a death squad. International community kicked against it. And things simmer down now. Now, if we look at the Scandinavian countries, crime is very low. Why crime is low in the Scandinavian country? They don't hang people in Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, Switzerland, and them places. They don't hang people. There's not that penalty. But the white people, they learn to accept, okay, I'm white. So they don't find fault with one another to disrespect. But we as black people in the Caribbean, descendants of slavery, and we learn to hate each other. We create artificial class. You on social media, a Grenadian in a particular location will try to bully you. Because if he or she feel she from an area what should be considered better than the area where you were raised, he or she might believe, I went to a better colonial school than you, so I have my rights. Because I was here talk, oh, we went to special schools in Grenada. But the same people who telling you the school is special. This is the same people telling you that we get rid of colonialism, you know, and we must get reparations for slavery. You understand what I'm saying? So colonialism cannot go in Grenada. So these people, they want to replace the colonizer to be the colonizer representative. Because if they went to school that is special, is the colonizer what he built the school. Right? And this school wasn't built for black people. It was built for the planter children and the so-called whites and the merchant to go to school. Now, system of education changed a little bit. Yes. Maybe schools certain school in the city get more funding too. So when they say special school in the city, the special school could be school built by the British colonialists, which the state church in Grenada is the Anglican church. Grenada might have more Catholic, but the state church of Grenada is the Anglican religion. So if you want to a particular what they say, grammar school, because you have to full of grammar to be smart in Grenada during the colonial days. So if you went to grammar school, or you went to the Anglican school, or even though the British, they kick out the French, they didn't force people to convert to Catholicism. So you had the Jesuit school. So all these people who say they're special, they are the ones who say that they're anti-imperialism. But they look down on other people who didn't go to this colonial school or this Jesuit school they claim in the city they special come from. Right? Tell you how colonialism affects us. Then now you have guys who taste power in the PRG, and then opportunistically they taste power in democracy. Because after the US invade Grenada, the parties that came to power, the politicians who came to power, they themselves, they were fighting among themselves for power too. So they make friendship with comrades just for political power. So they have comrades in the politics. And sometimes when comrades get kicked out, comrades go to the other party and all them things. So all this argument, intellectual argument are in. And you have people who didn't believe in British law. Now they are lawyers. They're interpreting the British law for us. But most of them was Bolshevik or Cuban-style revolutionaries. So the reason why I say a lot of people have died during the Jewel movement struggle, during the NGM struggle, during the Gary movement last term in office, and during the revolution, and during the invasion. If they come back alive and they listen to the comrades that survived today, they will be really survived to see how some of these people are very opportunistic politically. And it seems like politics has become a crime scene for some people. You know, why I say politics become a crime scene for people, for some people. You know, if you do something bad and you want to cover it up, so let's say you commit a bad crime, somebody, you might be the person who killed somebody, but you go into the funeral. You see the police go arrest you. So when you go in the funeral, the police, you feel good. You keep going to the funeral all the time. So that is how I describe revo people. Politics become something where they can't leave it. And being as they can leave politics and they want to be relevant, sometimes they take a lot of nonsense. A lot of nonsense. Crime in Grenada or other Caribbean countries, poverty, ignorance, black on black hatred, and all them things. The social construct of our society. And next thing again, if you watch all the animals, hyenas are the female hyena is the dominant one. When a female, if the hyena queen died, and the hyena queen had a daughter, the hyena kingdom is going to split, and two female hyenas going to become leaders, and they create two clans, and they're going to kill the dead queen hyenas to the throne who was too young to take the throne. So the princess hyena are going to lose the throne. Why is two queens going to rise? Okay? So got to look at all those things. Now we see a surge in female women becoming political leaders of party. Now, just recently, they elect a female politician in Trinidad as prime minister. You had one in Barbados already, presently. Then you have an opposition, main opposition leader in Grenada is female, is a woman, a young woman. A good-looking woman too, but I don't say sometimes she mustn't try to be too beautiful. She must try to show a little more. She must copy Miss Mockrell of Germany or Miss Thatcher. Don't show your beauty too much. You know, you got to be on top of the game. The politics is rough. Right? The one in Trinidad, you know, she know how to roll, right? So you have to learn from it. So what I'm saying, men in the Caribbean even losing their dominance. Because they talk about the way men dress nowadays. Young men, they don't look as masculine as before. It's a new trend. People dress. When I was growing up like a young boy in my 16, 17 years, 15 years, you had the hippie movement and people used to dress kind of psychedelic. Nowadays people dress more, it's a liberal way of dressing. Right? And then women going to school and they're building up themselves. Now everybody dress like James Brown or like Rick James. You know, everybody kind of hippie now, you know. You don't see this hardcore masculinity as before when we were growing up. But although you don't see that hardcore masculinity, there is a lot of crime. No, than before. Gun crime and all them things. But going back to my point, this thing about death penalty, that is nonsense. They can't harm nobody in the Caribbean. And persons who are asking for death penalty in Grenada, if they had power, they would be worse than Donald Trump. Donald Trump didn't ask to extradite no Caribbean person to America. Because he's not looking for political justice that way. He's looking for economics, money. He will hurt you economically. Right? Is money looking? Right? Make America great again. Why you have guys who want to see blood? If you can't get blood as a revolutionary, you still want blood. And a message for young people. Older than them. They might call me old. Say I'm not relevant again. I'm old. Don't commit crime and let lawyers give free service. Because the lawyer who give you the free service today, he wants you to vote. He don't really like you. And if he become the prime minister of the country, he know all what you do already. And he have state power, he's going to come back after you. I'm telling you that. I learned that from the Jewel movement. Maurice Bishop and Kendrick Radix used to give young men in Grenada free legal service before the revolution. After the revolution, some of the same young men, they lock them up, they kill them, they enslave them, they do everything. And then the individual are talking about bringing back the hangman. You got to watch who he's close to. He could be close to a politician who come in and smile at you all in the rural. That politician is telling you, don't commit crime. You know? But if you commit a crime, he has no power now. So he might say, I will represent you, man. And you say he's a nice guy. He don't nice. Give him power, you will know if he's nice. So, the one who said bring back the death penalty, maybe he might sleep or he drunk on politics. He drunk. He can control his political track. He put it in action. So anyway, nowadays you cannot differentiate political comrades from right honorable politicians in Grenada. And we tend to take issues and all want to intellectualize it and to discourse it, but it's simple. Simple to analyze. Anyway, it's simple to analyze. Anyway, this is me, Hudson George. I'm gone till I come again. Gone.